Alright, welcome back to Cooking with Jonah. This is episode 2, and today we're going to be making mac and cheese using a box. So to start, fill the pot halfway with water, and I'll check back with you once it's filled. But I'm going to start the first process. Okay. Now that the pot is filled with water, now we're going to turn it to medium heat. Put a lid on if needed. And we're going to let it boil for 10 minutes until it's completely boiled. And I'll check back with you as soon as it boils. Thank you. 10 minutes later. Okay, now that it has been 10 minutes since the water is boiled, now you're going to add your macaroni. Are you gonna mix it? Once everything has the feel of it, let it sit and cook for 10 to 12 minutes until you think it's ready. Okay, that should be good for now. Now we're gonna let it sit for 10 to 12 minutes until it's completely soft. I'll check back with you when it's ready. 10 minutes later. At this point, you can see all the macaroni moving, which is like floating to become softer now that it's being cooked. So at this point, you may stir, see if the macaroni is soft, ready, and cooked. Looking good on the bottom. So once your 10 to 12 minutes are over, you may turn the heat off and then carry it to the strainer in the sink. But be very careful because the pot is extremely hot and it's a high and good conductor of metal. So I recommend you take a hot holder while holding the handle of the pot. Not to mention, this is also very heavy. So you might want to carry it with 2 hands. Carefully pour it in the strainer. So the water can drain. But in this pasta, you cannot rinse. As you see the steam coming out. So once all the water is completely drained, you might want to put it back in the pot to add your cheese mixture. I know it's still leaking from the bottom, but I don't care. Now I'm gonna put this back on the stove. As you may see, I put the pasta back in the pot. So now we're gonna add our cheese. By the way, this is a creamy cheese packet. I'm trying to do the best I could to do that. At this point, I'm speeding up this process because I'm trying to get to the part where it actually opens so I can pour the cheese in. By the way, the flavor is white cheddar. I'm also speeding the process for this clip because the cheese is solid and it's going to take a really long time to completely get it in since I'm trying to use the whole packet. And after this, you're gonna stir it until everything's combined. But since this is a solid, it's easier. I turn it to low heat. Make sure that everything melts like the cheese melts. So medium to low heat is fine. If nothing combines, that is totally fine. But it's gonna get there. Now we're gonna serve it into a bowl. And enjoy. And now it's time for a taste test. For the third time, I'm speeding up this process because pasta takes a long time to chew and break into small pieces and to swallow. But in fact, it tastes good, but it's a little bit hot, so I should have waited. By the way, this is Jonah, signing out until the next recipe.